to the, the old who, what, where, when, why sort of criteria that you would use to evaluate really anything. So look at who's actually writing this article, okay? Typically, particularly if you're an undergraduate and you're reading outside, what you'll find is that the articles that you should be reading are by authors that have already been referred to in class, that have been mentioned in your textbook, and that may even be included in the references from your textbook. So who is this person that's actually writing this? What are they actually writing about? Okay, so what is this topic and how are they approaching that particular topic? Where is it published? There's a huge difference, obviously, between a peer-reviewed journal and a personal web page. So just think about, where is this material actually appearing? Okay, what is it that they're saying? Does it make sense? Does it fit with what you might expect it to fit? Does it work within that kind of framework that you've already built up for yourself? When, again, for example, I teach a module in digital marketing. Telling me worldwide internet penetration stats from 1999 is a history lesson. It's not actually adding anything to the substance of a student report. So timeliness is hugely important, and in any discipline, thinking moves on, practice moves on, statistics change. So just think about, when was this thing actually published? And if it's published, when was the research done as well? Because again, there can be a lag. And again, for something like digital, if there's a 2 or a 3 year lag between the initial research being conducted and it finally being published, then you have to bring a different lens to bear when you look at that. Okay, so how timely is it is a huge issue. Think about things like tone as well. So academics by and large are not renowned for their sense of humour. Okay, so if it's a hilarious piece that has you rolling in the aisles in the library, it's probably not a good source. Now there's always exceptions. So for example, Stephen Brown is well known for his irreverent tone in marketing. So there are exceptions out there, but by and large, academics tend to write very seriously. So you'd expect to see a serious piece, and that tone is important. Is there lots of hearsay? Okay, or are claims within the thing actually backed up and substantiated? Does it feel right to you? Okay, remember as well that you are actually an expert. You are learning about this subject area. You have already read a lot around this subject area. You have an understanding. Does this make sense to you? Okay, because if it doesn't make sense, then you need to think about why it doesn't make sense. It doesn't mean it's not a valid piece of research, but you should try to understand, what is it that makes this seem wrong? Why doesn't it fit? Is it something I don't know about yet, in which case I need to find out more about? Or is it the case that actually this isn't a serious piece of research, or this piece of research is not actually right? So you need to think about it across a whole sort of range of levels. But you need to bring critical analysis of your own to it, and to remember how much you already know. You are not a blank sheet of paper when you come to this. So evaluate cleverly and don't disregard your own knowledge. I think the library resources are fantastic. There's a huge amount here. There's, again, a huge amount of support in terms of how to use and how to develop more experience going around those resources as well, and how to get more familiar and more comfortable with them over time. And remember as well that they often integrate into other things. So if, like a lot of students, you're inevitably going to start with a Google search when you're assigned a project, then maybe start with Google Scholar, and you'll find that a lot of the Google Scholar articles will actually link back into the library's resources, and you'll get access to the databases that way. So there's a great bank here, and it's really useful, and you should be using it.